Good morning. Today we're going to look at the concept Viveka, just very superficially. It's pretty complex in yoga philosophy, but it means discernment. And I was thinking of Mary Oliver's question, what are we going to do with our wild and precious life? And her sense of reciprocity in the world. As well as her understanding about the importance of nourishing ourselves through ideas, conversations, the natural world, etc. So Viveka, I have a friend who is 10 and her name is Viveka, and she has 3 older brothers. And she asked me what Viveka meant. And I said, well, it means if your older brothers ask you to do something, you need to think about it. You need to develop some clarity of thought and make your own decisions. And anyway, she thought that was a good thing. Anyway, Viveka is my favorite 10-year-old in the whole world. So I am dedicating this to Viveka. We're going to stand in Tadasana at the very beginning, and we're going to just feel our feet grounding. Viveka also means really discerning the difference between the seer and the seen, between the self and the outside world, between the real and the unreal. So I think of it as the fake news yoga principle. Let me see. It also is, when we're thinking about our asanas, it's a way to work through what works and doesn't work in our asanas, and to discern how it is we might develop our asanas more fully. So we're going to just raise our arms up and inhale and look up. And then we're going to lower them down and exhale. Raise our arms up and look up. Lower our arms down. Raise our arms up and look up. Lower our arms down. And we're going to have a wide stance now. We're going to do the same thing. Raise our arms up, look up, and down. Up and down. We're going to put our feet together, and we're going to do some forward folds with breathing. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay, now we're going to come to the front of our mat and do a few sun salutations, just with our shoulders open, our feet planted on the ground. Inhale, look up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, exhale, plank. And we're going to stay here for a moment. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And then knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, and up into a low cobra or an upward dog. We're going to breathe here for a moment. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then turn the toes under and up into downward dog. Exhale. Then the right leg forward, left leg forward. Exhale, inhale, and down. Okay. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We're going to stay in downward dog for 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg forward. Right leg forward. Exhale. Inhale and down. Now we're going to do a few variations. Sun salutation. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Knee down. Now I want you to lift your back knee up. So we've got our left knee back knee up, and do a twist here. So you want to feel the energy moving up your back, the back of your foot, and your arm you can raise up here. We're going to breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to put our hands down beside us, and then we're going to lower down by lifting up our front foot into a lizard pose. So this is where you keep your foot, your heel extended. That helps with your knee. You can put your heel near your hip, or you can lower it down, whatever is comfortable. And you'll want to keep your foot pointed back. You make sure that there's no pain in your lower back. You can just rest here for a moment and feel the glutes stretching. This is a good way to think about the difference between the body and the rest of the world. And then you can walk your hands down and lay down if that's in your wheelhouse. And just rest here for a moment. Okay, and you're going to come up again and put your back foot down, and we're going to go back and do a downward dog here. Then we're going to lift our right foot up between our hands, our left foot between our hands, and we're going to inhale and come all the way up. And then down again, and now we're going to do it on the other side. So inhale, exhale. Inhale halfway up, exhale. Left leg back, knee to the ground, inhale. Hands to the ground and back into an exhalation and plank. Okay, and down, we're going to inhale into an upward dog or cobra, then turn your feet under, go back into a downward dog. Now we're going to lift our left leg up foot forward between our hands, and then we're going to leave our right hand planted beside our left foot in the front, and we're going to twist our body open to the side and lift our arm up. Extending our heels out, straightening our knee, making sure we're really twisting our body, opening the chest to the ceiling, the sky. Now we're going to put our hand down and we're going to lift our front leg up and reach it back into a lizard posture. And once again, you don't point the front foot, you press out with the heel. That helps protect your knee. And we're just going to put our front of our foot flat on the ground, and then really feel that lovely opening in our chest. So our chest is moving forward, and we feel the opening as we breathe in, exhale, inhale, exhale. And once again, we can crawl our hands forward. If that's, you can be on your elbows if that is comfortable, or you can go right down flat and put your forehead on the ground, reaching your arms out in front of you. We're going to just rest here and have a few inhalations. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then we're going to curl up back into our upward facing lizard, and then we're going to put our feet back into downward dog. Have a few breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to come forward with the left foot and the right foot. Forward bend here. Exhale. And then inhale. All the way up. I'm going to stand, and we can turn our shoulders, use our elbows to give our shoulders some relief. And we can go the other way. Good. And we can shake out our limbs. We can do a little adrenal shake. This is good for stimulating the adrenal gland in the morning. Good. Now, okay, so we're going to do a triangle to a half moon. We're going to do a couple of paired postures here. So my half moon is not, I think, okay. Triangle is our feet are about 3 feet apart, front foot facing out, back foot 45 degrees. And we're going to raise our arms up, tip our hips towards the back, the wall that's behind you, and then move into it. So we're stretching out very far, and then we can drop our arms down a bit and raise them up. Raise the upper arm up and just rest here. We can feel our torso, our chest turning up towards the sky. And now we bend our front foot. Here we go. We bend our front foot, and oops, now I have a wall here, which makes it easier. So, and we lift our back foot up. bend our front foot, our front knee rather, and come down again and back into triangle. And then come up. Okay, now I should have said you can also use a block here, which is very helpful. So here is a block that you can use. Put it out in front of you. Now I do it by the wall because in my aged body, my balance is not what it used to be. So, okay, arms up and feet in their triangle pose configuration, 45 degrees at the back, straight out in front. We can lift our toes up and spread them out to give a nice balance. And we shift our hips to the back, stretch out forward, and then drop our hand down. And our upper hand reaches up. And we can look up or look out, whichever you like. So drishti is the name, the Sanskrit name for the focal point. But because asanas are really a form of meditation in motion, I like to think of it, and they also are preparation for sitting meditation. Drishti is quite important, where it is you're focusing on, or the fact that you do have a focus, because it's about disciplining your monkey mind to pay attention. Okay, we're just breathing here and resting in the pose, which is an active pose, but so there's a lot of energy. Our back thigh is turning out, externally rotated. Our front thigh is externally rotated. And now we're going to bend the front foot, the front knee, and we can lower our back hand, and we're going to lift up. Here we go. So you can be on a block if you like. You can have a lower, or you can be on the floor, whichever feels comfortable. Okay. Now we're going to bend our front knee, move back into triangle pose. Now that should have given us a little bit of heat here. We're going to come up, legs forward, feet forward, and then we're going to wiggle our feet in and shake it out a little bit. All right. Now we're going to do a balancing pose, mountain to tree pose. And so we're going to really feel our feet grounding into the floor, standing, our hands at our sides, our shoulders, feel our shoulders really relaxing, and our pectorals, we feel this opening in our shoulders this way, so that we're not hunched over. And now we're standing in Tadasana, feeling the energy moving out the tip of our head. And all of our body is both, the energy is moving down our legs and up our spine and out our head. And now we're going to lift our right leg up, our right knee up, bent, and move it to the side, move it to the back, move it to the front, move it to the side, move it to the back, move it to the front. And then we're going to place our foot in our inner thigh or anywhere up along your leg. Some people say you shouldn't put it on your knee, although not everyone. And then, you're going to stand on your left foot, and you can raise your arms above your head if you like, or for some reason I have absolutely no balance today. I haven't figured out why. Okay, there. So you're pushing in with both with your thigh and with your foot. So it should give you some sense of equilibrium, which seems to elude me today. And you can put your hand in prayer position. and then you put your foot down. Okay, so now we're going to lift our right knee up and to the side, to the back, to the side, to the back front, sorry, to the back, to the side, to the front. And with our right foot planted into the ground, we're going to place our foot on the inner thigh or on your lower shin, and feel your outer hip move in to give you some counter pressure on your leg, and then stand with your hands in prayer position or above your head or out. And then your drishti is that focal point that you're looking at, that is supposed to give you a tremendous balance. So keep your eye on the drishti. All right, and then put your foot down when you collapse out of it. Okay, so if you collapse out of it, the point is just to get back into it. There's really no shame in falling out of a tree. And there are no broken bones in yoga. That's the good thing. Okay, okay, so let's do a pyramid, which is facing the front, and then with your one foot out in front, the back turn 45 degrees, and your hips swivel to the front, and then you bend forward, and you can put your hands on the ground if you like. You'll want to try and maintain this revolved front hip that's moving back. The back leg is the thigh is rolling back. The knees are straight. If you tend to hyperextend, you'll want to keep a little bit of a bend in the knee. And we're just going to breathe here for a moment and relax. You can let your head fall down. Your hands can touch the floor if you like. And then we're going to do a revolved triangle. So we're going to put I've got my right foot out in front. I'm going to put my left hand flat on the ground beside my right foot. Or you can use a block or your fingertips, and then raise your right arm up above. So this is a beautiful twist here. And you can look up if you can manage that. And then we just want to revolve back into a standing posture and turn your feet around. So once again, we're going to, our torso is, and our hips are facing forward, and we're just going to tip at the hips and move our upper torso down. Now both our body has two sides, and they're definitely not alike. So you might find that you'll want to have a block here, or two blocks, to support you if one side is a bit stiffer than the other. You can lift your toes up. It'll help you get your balance orchestrated a bit better. And then you can spread them and put them down. And then you can just drop your head here. And we're breathing, keeping our our knees straight or slightly bent, and feeling the thighs moving externally rotated. Now we're going to drop our right hand down beside our left foot, the front foot. We can put it on a block if we like, and we're just going to do a twist. So we're going to raise up here. Oops, I'm crawling up the wall because this is quite hard for me on this side. I'm not sure why today, but and so using a wall to help you maintain these postures is not a bad thing, especially if you're coming back to yoga after many years, or if you're beginning. And you'll just feel your chest opening up. Okay, now we can come back, forward over our leg, and then just lift up and turn our feet to the front. So that's a wonderful hip opener. We should feel that generative experience. Okay, now we're going to go a bit deeper into some postures. We're going to go down onto the floor and into Dandasana. You can have a strap if you need it. And there you go. All right. So I feel quite warm now. And my body feels really warm and kind of yummy. I love this, the way yoga transforms your body from what in the morning feels like an inert mass below my head into something that's warm and kind of delicious. Okay, so you can sit into Dandasana or staff pose. You can pull the flesh of your buttocks behind you so that you're on your sits bones, and you can hold on to a strap. You can lean forward, hold on to your toes. The object of this is to try and keep your spine straight. You can hold on to your shins if you like. And then you want to feel the pressure of the energy, your heels, moving out your heels and out the base of your big toe so that your feet aren't splayed, so that it's as though you're on the ground. So your legs are really in kind of mountain pose, your feet are in mountain pose. Imagine that there's a floor beneath it, or you're on the wall, opposite wall. And then we can move forward, and I want you just to round over your legs. You can hold on to the outer edge of your feet or a strap, whatever feels comfortable, and then come up when it's enough for you. You don't want any pain. You want to move in yoga to challenge yourself, but not to cause harm. So, and you can splay your arms out a bit. I'm not putting much pressure on my feet, but I'm using my elbows to give me a little bit of leverage to move further down. And then you could come up and sit up. Now we're going to bend our right knee and move it into the inner left thigh. And we're going to turn our body, our torso, from the bottom of our torso to the extended leg, in this case my left leg. And you can hold on to the top of your foot. You can, once again, you can use your strap or whatever it is that helps you. And you can use your backhand to push in to help you extend up as you're moving forward in this posture. And once again, we're inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. And Viveka is what helps us discern when enough is enough. And if you don't want to injure yourself, okay? But you do feel this lovely twist. It's a modest twist, but a very nice one. And then you're going to turn. You're going to extend the other leg out. And in this case, I'm bringing my left foot to my inner right thigh, and I'm turning my body. I turn it a little bit. I actually use my hands to allow myself to move up, to extend my head up, and then also to turn. And then you can extend forward and clasp your shin your foot, use a strap. And once again, I am just moving forward here. And then come up here and extend your legs out. All right. Now, we're going to keep our legs out. We're going to put our hands behind us, fingers facing forward, and we're going to just lift our knees up and tip back. Now you can stay here, or you can move your arms straight out in front. Your palms are facing your legs, and your back is straight. And you can extend one leg and then down. Extend the other leg and then down. Extend one leg, down, the other leg, down. And if you have it in you, you can extend both your legs and your arms into a full boat pose. And you can just stay here for a moment, balancing. And you shouldn't feel any pain in your lower back. You should feel your chest is open and reaching up to the sky. Your legs are straight. When you've had enough, you can bring your legs in and put them down and reach around and clasp your knees and around your back. That should give you some relief. And we're going to do it one more time. You can catch your breath. And once again, we're going to lift our knees up. We're tilted back, legs, arms forward. And you can stay here, or you can move into the full boat pose. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Inhaling. 2, 3, 4, and on 5, we're going to move in once again and round our back, around, and our arms clasp our knees, our shins, our calves, and breathe into our back. Now we're going to go into the reverse plank. We're going to extend our legs out, put our hands behind us, our palms are facing forward, our arms are straight, and we're going to lift our hips up. And really, and just feel our bodies comfort in this pose. It's not terribly comfortable for me, but the more I breathe and stay here and lift my hips up, the stronger I feel. And then come down. And you can press out through your heels and sit up once again into staff pose. And then put your arms behind you and back into reverse plank or upward plank. Here we go. Lift our hips up, point our toes, our feet are on the ground. And feel that opening in the chest. Hips up. And come down. Okay. And I'm going to just come forward into, put my feet together, hold on to my hold on to my feet and round my body forward. Okay, now we're going to twist. I'm just turning around to face you. We're going to, you can leave your front foot extended if you like. Raise your right foot up and over to your outer thigh. And if you want to, you can bend your knee and put your left heel into your right buttock. And this our final twist, we're going to reach our the knee that's up, the opposite arm is going to go up, and we're going to feel that beautiful extension and lift of our chest, and then we twist around, use our arm as a lever to afford us a bit of a rounder and spiraling twist, and you use the back hand to make sure your posture, your back is moving up. And so this is really a spiral. This does really wonderful things to your spine. And since your spine is connected to so many nerves all through your body, it's an excellent kind of interior massage. And when you're ready, we're just going to turn around and we're going to do the reverse. So you extend the right leg out, your left knee is bent, your left foot on the outer right thigh, and then you can bend your right leg, your foot coming in, raise your right arm up, and twist with your back hand pushing into the floor. And you can then lower the arm and use that as a lever once again. And you can use it, you can keep your hand up if you like, or you can leave it out. And now we're coming back. Okay, now we're going to just stay seated on the ground. We're going to extend our feet out in a V. Feel the energy, and you just want to do it to where it's comfortable. If it's comfortable here, that's fine. And we're just going to sit up on our sits bone. You can move the flesh of your buttocks back and just feel this lovely three-way movement. The energy is moving out your feet. You can, when you really extend through your heel, they lift up off the floor. Make sure your feet are going straight up and that your knees are at the same, are facing up along with your feet. And then you've got your head, the energy moving up in your head, and you can move your hands down your shin. You could have two belts if you wanted to, one on each foot, and then feel yourself tipping forward here a bit. You can grab onto your toes or your shins or your thighs. The point is to just feel a little tip in your hips so that you're moving forward. And some of you will be very supple and you'll be able to move flat out onto the ground, but that's not me. So, and you just want to feel your spine moving down as straight as possible. You can use your elbows as a way of helping you move forward. And your breathing should be slowing down at this point. And you can come up now. Okay. Now, we're going to go back and move into a very lovely bridge pose that will be an opposition to some of the forward bends we were doing. So put your feet flat on the ground in front of your buttocks. You can feel your shoulder blades moving down your back. You can feel the pectorals and the front of your chest opening up here, just even when you're on the ground, just in preparation for bridge. Then when we're going into bridge, our knees are moving towards the opposite wall, and the thighs are lifting up, the buttocks are lifting up. And the hands, you can hold on to the mat if you like. You can roll your shoulders under and clasp your hands underneath you, whichever you like. So we're going to just tip our pelvis up, and then we're going to come down again and round our pelvis down. Tip our pelvis up, and then round it down. And on this one, we're going to tip our pelvis up, press into our feet, and move our knees to the opposite wall, lifting our hips, our buttocks, and our chest, clasping our hands underneath us or clasping the sides of the mat, and just feeling us, our energy, pushing your feet into the ground, your knees into the opposite wall, your pelvis is lifting up, and you are feeling a lovely your throat is stopped in a way that really helps your thyroid. It gives it a little bit of tension. It helps your thyroid work in this posture. And now we're going to roll down. We can flatten our hands and rest for a moment. We're going to do this again. Once again, our feet are planted on the ground. Our knees are quite together, or shoulder or hip width apart, if you like. And now we're going to press into our feet, roll our vertebrae by vertebrae up, roll our arms under, and rest here. We're just going to spend a few breaths here, feeling our breath fill our front body. It's so open. And 5, 4, pushing into our feet. 3, 2, and on 1, we're going to roll down slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, and we can lift our knees up and hug our shins. And we can roll around a little bit here, just to give our back a bit of a massage and feel relief in our shoulders. And then we're going to put our feet down again, bent legs, and extend our arms out. We're just going to drop our knees to the left and look over to the right and rest here. Lift our knees up, drop them to the right, and look over to the left. You can press out actually your left. This is an opportunity when you drop your knees to the right, you can lift your left buttock up, and you can press out through the front thigh. It's a lovely extension. And we're going to do that one more time. To the left, lift our right thigh up, press it out, and feel that extension. And look to the opposite arm, and come back in. And then one more time the other way, lifting our buttock up, extending, our front thigh out, and then back down. Now there's a variation on that. You can lift your right leg up, straight up above you, and then bend it, crossing it over your left bent knee, and you could lift your hips up and go onto your side. This gives you a little bit more of a twist here. You can put your hand on your upper thigh just to add a little bit of weight. It's not a lot of pressure. And then make sure your shoulders are on the ground. Turn your head to face your hand, your right hand. Your left hand is on your thigh, or it can be extended out. And we can rest here. Now, if you want to, you can move your arm around here. You can drop it down to your hip, your right hand, and then you can extend it out. Now, I've got mine above the ground because I have problems with my shoulder. But you can put it on the ground if you don't have problems, and you can let it meet the other arm, and then you can move it back. This is a very nice shoulder extension, and I'm extending out my fingertips here. And once again, you can do it the other way. And down. Back. And then extend it out again. And then your feet are now on the ground again. You're lifting them up. Your sacrum is flat on the ground, and you're going to lift your left leg up, cross it over your right, and then extend it. Then shift your hips to the left, your knees fall to the right, and you can put your right hand on your outer left thigh if you like, and look towards the left. And feel this as a deep twist. So if you're just beginning yoga, this will be too much for you. You can just let the knees fall to the side. And then extend your arm out. Once again, this shoulder is quite different, so I can keep it on the ground without any pain. And then circle it around like the hands of a clock. And you might find that, say at 1 o'clock, it's a bit stiff, so you might just rest there for a minute. Or it might be over here at 11 o'clock, it's a bit stiff. You can rest there for a moment. And then just sweep your hand around, following with your head, so that you're actually giving your neck a little bit of a stretch here. So this is a very lovely twist for your spine. Okay, now we can just move our sacrum back, unravel our feet, and you can lift your knees here, and we'll do a happy baby, which is extend your arms inside your knees, hold on to the outer foot, and just rest here. Or you can wiggle around and feel the massage on your back. And you can pull in. It's a lovely release here. It's kind of upside down masala, and very nice rest here. Okay, then you can put your feet back down, extend them out, and extend your arms straight out the top so that you're giving yourself one final beautiful stretch here. Feeling you can stretch all of your fingers, all of your toes. You can scrunch your fingers up and your toes, and you can release them out, stretch them out. You can constrict them again, clench your fists, clench your toes, and then release them out, pointing everything, extending everything, and then do it one more time. scrunching everything up. You can scrunch your face up, make a really, really ugly face at someone you want to get a message to, like my puppy who is insane, and then stretch it out. And then you can just extend your leg, your arms down beside you, beside your side, beside your torso in a V, or you can extend them out, whatever makes you feel good. You can get a bolster or a cushion underneath your thigh or underneath your knees. You can keep your feet up. You could put your feet up the wall if that feels good, or just leave them extended. So this is going to be our final relaxation. And the question is, how are we going to live this wild and beautiful life? And we're just inhaling and exhaling, feeling our body melt into the floor after that beautiful stretching and extension. And we feel our breath slow, our breath moving into our chest, our upper chest, our lower chest, and then exhalation, fully our breath moving into our side body, into our back body, and then we exhale from our back and side and front body. And we're inhaling, filling up our lungs, our chest, our ribs expanding, and then we can let it all go. We can feel our shoulders, shoulder blades moving down our back, our chest opening. And we're just going to rest here for a moment. And I will call you back from this final relaxation in a few moments. The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do not know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? And on your next inhalation, you can stretch out your fingers and your toes, and you can feel the sensation moving around your arms and your legs, your pelvis, your waist, your spine, your shoulder blades, your collarbone, your sternum, your belly. You can turn your head from side to side. And when you're ready, you can do nothing. You can just rest there, or you can turn onto your side and push yourself up. Or roll up. And I'm going to thank you for having the Viveka, the discernment, to move onto your mat this morning with me. The teacher in me, the student in me, thanks the teacher in you, the student in you. Namaste. And I'll see you soon enough.
Thanks. That was great.
Thank you so much, Janice.